Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Etrian Odyssey. I'm Kevin36, and last time we defeated Cernos and made our way to the third stratum. I have not done these quests, or at least this one, because that's the off-screen grindy one. And all the grindy stuff I've been doing off-screen because, well, it's either I do it off-screen between episodes, or I do it off-screen during an episode. I think I'm gonna take the former, because then I can do it whenever. Yeah, we do have other quests we have to do, mainly these ones, but I want to actually go into the dungeon though, and go into the first stratum, because the stuff we need from there for one of the quests in particular. And I want to have it. I also just want to set the first stratum today. As you journey through these woods, tainted blue as the ocean, you encounter a soldier. Not gonna lie, this place actually looks very similar to the second stratum in the third game. The worry is teasing his brow list when he sees you and smiles as he greets you. Your adventurers sent over on the mission down here, no? Look, and then meeting the skilled warriors who felt the king of the jungle. You've heard, then, that we're ordered to map the corridors of Basement 11 and Basement 12. But with these dreadful beasts and these twisted passages, we're at wit's end. Tell you, we've had to find members of X-Rose. Haha! Well, here, Soldier finished his through fishing through his packs and introducing an apartment. It isn't much, but here's the results of my work so far mapping this floor. Suppose you have no problem filming the rest. Barely affording a glance, he leaves the soldier with briskly back home. Taking the soldier's partly completed map in hand, you continue exploration. That is so very little, and these guys are so very annoying. Either that, or I might be thinking of the later version of them, namely the etrian 3 version, because I know they resist everything in that game. It's a pain in the butt. They might not in this game. We're gonna get a level on everyone. Oh yeah, I forgot, Yoda is incredibly over-leveled now. And by incredibly over-leveled, I mean, 1. He's 1 level higher than everyone. Okay, we're gonna get attack up, because I just want to max that, just because my goal right now is just crank all /his damage as high as I can get it. Because that is our big damage attack. Also, I want to grab this at some point. I forget what I planned to grab. Because, like, I mean, getting 5 is pretty useless. Because it's literally only one enemy that can set up free buffs. Be it those are free buffs you really don't want. But, like, 2 should be enough for most people. Anyway, time to invest in Apollon. Oh, that's it added? I thought it added a stat. My bad. But, well, I didn't. Well, I did, but never mind, I can't English. I knew that, I just forgot about it. I believe this leads to, yep, stairs. And, yep, they resist everything. They have an absolute pain in my butt. I don't even know what to set up for Bob. I mean, I guess Peace Balance is probably the best thing, because it's a light recovery of PP. We're not able to end fights with these guys in 1 turn. But as you can see, the recovery's not all that good. when not boosted, because it's only like 5%. I am actually gonna go down here now, though. I'm not gonna stay down here. There's not really anything worth being down here for. Just gonna explore back. I believe there are more guides around that will give us more maps. Normally I just do it myself, so it doesn't really matter. Ooh, the Mad Worm and the Tree Frog. I believe they have opposite resistances. I forget. One of these is resistant to bash, and the other is weak to it, and then the opposite for the other elements. I'm gonna go with Peace Battle again. Is it good? No. Not when it's not boosted. And not when it's not max. Because I just realized it doesn't really matter that it's not boosted because it's not maxed out. I just realized I'm pretty sure I just opened the door to even more side quests that we cannot take on right now. Oops. Yeah, there's one thing in particular I want to grab this episode, actually. And it will actually open up another quest for me to do grinding for off screen, because it's not worth showing. Because it's literally just mindless grinding on Picnic, because let's be real, Picnic is just what you use for grinding. Like, that is just really its function. I should be able to just basic attack, because I'm pretty sure that guy's weak to everything but bash. I think it resist bash damage, but like, all of the characters who have a bash weapon don't do good damage. Yeah, that's right. Also has a fire weakness, so gonna know if you have an alchemist along. Kinda already set my piece on why I don't like using alchemist. I believe this is what has the particularly important thing in it. Oh, yep! In the depths of the forest, you find an oft-encountered Ronin alone for once. She knows you as well and turns to speak with you, so you reach the first stratum, you confirm. But what is it you seek? When says that you coldly awaiting your answer as you ponder the question. Solve the mysteries, become the strongest, with kill time. I want to solve the mysteries. Mysteries of the Exile, the reason the labyrinth exists. You're certainly not the only explorers seeking to unravel these enigmas. A faint smile crosses a harsh warrior woman's face before she continued. Hear me then. Etrian was once a small frontier town in the days before the labyrinth was discovered. However, since then it's become a boom town with an influx of adventurers. What do you think will happen to Etrian once the mystery of the labyrinth is solved? When the cold stare remains locked into your eyes as though she's testing you. For some reason, despite the fact there are multiple labyrinths that I believe are well known in other towns. Well, I guess that doesn't change what's going to happen to Etrian. In hindsight. You'll do what you must, I suppose, if you continue down this road. Then pauses, producing a weathered scroll from her belongings. Then considers what developments eventually lead. If, after doing so, you decide to continue, use the scroll, the Ronin will be with use. When handing the scroll, turns to leave and pause before it disappears into the foliage. Road you walk, and mine. They will meet again. Until then, take care. You will get this item later. It's in the last dungeon of the main campaign. Last stratum. I'm not going to spoil how many there are. I almost did. But just letting you know that now, if you do miss this, I think the other one, but for reasons you'll see, the other one's kind of impossible to miss. Anyway, we got the old scroll, meaning now we can unlock the class that, well, we have a quest that needs it, so it's kind of been spoiled that it exists. I'm not gonna lie, that's the main thing I wanted to do, but I'm not gonna end things there because, like, I wanted to make an episode that doesn't suck. Ooh! Oh yeah, these guys who take a step every 2 steps you take. That's one of the easiest encounters in the game. Hey, move. I'm just gonna do this real quick, just painting in the area. Also, I'm sorry to anyone if my only sometimes filling in the actual like places with icons in them is annoying. I'm not gonna stop it, but I am gonna apologize for it. I mean, normally I don't, just sometimes it's more convenient to do it. Yeah. Anyway, all slash! Combo the heck out of the ant. First turn. Probably actually should use Peace Ballot just to get some restoration. And we're gonna sell. Because, like, the TB regen is bad. Especially when it's not max given. Well, how very... Yeah, you're seeing those single-digit numbers. Ironically better than TP Restore. TP regen, that's a... Dang, that's just a terrible skill. I'm not gonna... Yeah, boosted is actually quite good, though. As we will eventually see. I am going to execute spells again, though, because a light recovery is still recovery. TP regen is not common. Oh, speed down. How very terrible. That barely matters, dude. Bye. He was 3 health or less away from dying. Oh, someone's here. I'm not mark this with the event marker. Cover the depth of force. You see a lone soldier with a forlorn look. She looks at you, cries in relief. You must be as good adventurers I've had. I promise we're gum. Soldier speaks breathlessly as he hands you a parchment. Here, take this portion of the map I made to complete. The rest will have to be up to you guys. Careful though, I've seen something dreadful lurking around the paths ahead. You guys better be certain, so you should be okay, but be careful, just in case. Quickly freeze before you say another word. The panicked soldiers map can continue in the forest with by pretty large chunk. I'm not gonna say massive because it's. How did you get this, but not always before? Like, did you spill water on your map? Oh, hi! What path do you walk? Are you going to come towards me, or are you going to go towards the other end? Don't think that affects... Yep. Okay, good. Now we're just free. I need to come up here. Well, now we can just... Yeah, I don't know why they even bother with the single enemy encounters. It's like, they're not threatening in any way. I'm pretty sure this is a pitfall. And I don't want to lose my progress right now. Okay, well, I'm gonna look at what the other end is, and then I'm gonna walk in that and see what it is. See something slender and white protruding from the ground. What? What the hell? Pull from the and see what it is. It's an old wand. What the heck is this? Old wand. Yeah, shattered old wand. What the heck is that? I don't think I've seen that before. I'll take these now. Traveler. Why is it that from mine? You know what? I don't think I can know. What is the old wand? I legitimately don't know what that is. Yep, it is a pitfall. Well, that's the one way I've always denoted a pitfall. Also, small crackers in the wall. It's very busy cannot pass through from the side. So I just realized, is there anything in particular that like separates that from? Cause like I can't genuinely see a difference. I mean, it looks the same as the other one, but like, so does this, and this isn't a shortcut. Oh, Hectrog. I believe you have the same weaknesses, only you curse. I know for a fact there's not much we can do then, so we're just gonna head back to the nope! Okay, I have to. Okay, give me a boost in all splash though. And we're going to first turn, and we're going to heal. And that didn't kill! Not gonna lie, I was kind of expecting that that would actually kill. Yeah, well that wasn't that bad. Are you kidding me? Everything died! Anyway, I just realized we haven't seen or really learned about what Curse does yet, so let's do that real quick. Let's go over what Curse does. Curse, you take half the damage you do, but only if the blow is a non-lethal one. Curse can also be lethal towards you. Okay, well, I'm gonna take these guys down. That basic attacks that actually surprise it. Wait, what? I didn't sell my crap after. Well, we know this is gonna be our way forward, but I kinda had to go back. Yeah. Oh, we got the amber lump. Okay, so good to know. We have the important stuff. Do not sell the amber lump because we need it. I don't know where I got another one, because I knew I had one before. Whoa, no. Do not sell the amber lump. Sweet. Flip. Do not sell the amber lump. Okay, Brave Ant. I'm never going to actually use this. And now we can buy Fight Kit. Oh, that's a really good sword. Shimmer Sound is a slightly better one. Axes are stronger, but who cares? Self Bow. Now we're just gonna... Well, you're the only one who doesn't get an upgrade. Rapier to you, and the longbow to you. And I'm also going to buy myself a katana because we're gonna need that for a Ronin. Put simply, we're going to be needing it. Because we still have a Ronin, we gotta get to level 20! Which I'm totally doing off episode. In the land at the edge of the continent, there are those who practice an ancient martial art. They are called Ronin. They use the katana skills to beat out even the most experienced warriors. I don't know where you got it, but that also you can register Ronin now. Go ahead, try it. New class Ronin can be created. And create one we will. Give me a moment, because I have no idea who or what this is going to be named. I went with Blossom. As a mild memorial to the save file I deleted. By accident. Hello. Welcome to the team. Yeah, Ronin is a class. Oh, I can't hide it. If it's not clear. Yeah, not a massive fan of Ronin. Ronin's just kind of bad. I'm gonna say it, they're bad. They're a bad class. They're really a bad class. Yeah, since I figure out what I'm even gonna do for this extra patty for now. Because I'm gonna have to remove some members, because like this is just not the patty. It's gonna be the, I guess the side squad, for lack of better. Backup squad, the squad of classes not in the main patty. I mean, this will work for now. We're also gonna register this as the third set. Yeah, I want to actually take a look because, yeah, this is the class with 3 different main paths you can go down for builds. Obviously, you can like mix and match with things, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff to go over, and we're gonna go over all of it eventually. In fact, we're gonna go for the next 3 episodes, each one going over one of these styles. But yeah, we got katanas now. And we gotta use the skill that I just might as well explain. Give me 1 second. Kasega, I really hope I'm pronouncing that right, is a slash attack that uses legs. It costs 4 TP for 1.3 at level 1, 6 TP for 1.5 at level 5, and it does 1.8 when max. Pretty bad skill, but it doesn't need a stance. And you'll see what I mean when I unlock these. Which we'll go over these each individually in their own episodes where we talk about them. But I'm gonna... all of these moves need you to set up their corresponding buff. These are buffs slash stances. The stance mechanic actually takes up a buff slot, which, because of how buffs work, there are very few, like, because of the buffs in this game, this is basically a slot on the party because there are very few worthwhile buffs that only affect one party member. The only other one is, like, the only other one I can even think of that exists that is a single target buff is Regen, or the self-applied buff, like Cloak and Provoke. 2 very terrible buffs. Do not use with Tropidor. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna give you a summary version of... First of all, they all have bad multi-target and one element in them. All 3 of these have that. They each contain 1 element, the only other elemental attack, except for the... other than the alchemist formulas and the elemental weapon effects from oils and from the songs, like the single target. Well, I guess those are the single target buffs that are worthwhile. But they also kind of override the entire point of Ronin, which is being a strong elemental, I guess. I mean, all the elementals are kind of outclassed by this one skill. It's a mess. First of all, I'm going to say it now also. In etrian Odyssey 2, this class is actually really good. Both because the gameplay style changed, because, by the way, this is a glass cannon class. Did we even? I just realized we didn't read the foreign master form of forms of combat. Considering the honorable death of virtual, the defense is laxing. Yeah, they have bad defenses and they're a frontliner. A glass cannon in a game where damage mitigation is the stat, the strat you want to be using. This class is just bad. In fact, it's my pick for the worst. I'm just gonna come out here and say it. A lot of people think it's the other one we haven't unlocked, and that is fair. That class has no access to good damage in this game because its one attacking skill is garbage in this one. It's really freaking broken in etrian 2. In the first game though, I'm gonna be blamed hot garbage. But I'm not gonna lie, it can still do its job effectively. I think Ronin is actually worse because it is very rarely useful. It is terrible in normal encounters due to it only having single target and needing to set up a buff for all but one of its moves. The only thing it has going maybe is spread up, which affects your basic attacks, only because that's the only thing that can crit, as far as I'm aware at least. But even still, it's not really worth investing in because the skills out what it does, because it is tied for the highest strength with Protector. I'll give it that much. But first of all, Orochi and also Zamba is also a class by Mirba, which we'll get into probably next episode. Because even on Resistance, Orochi is out damaged by Mirba. You need a slash immune enemy. Side note, I'm pretty sure these are slash and elemental damage, which I'm not 100% sure. I know later games have that, and the way those work is it's whatever the best damage multiplier between the two is, but regardless. The Shagun stance just flippin' sucks. Gonna put that out there. This just sucks. It's a defensive one, which why do you want a defensive one on a glass cannon? I mean, it makes sense in this game, but there's better options. Especially when your draw is another Armbind. And here's a fun fact for you. Armbind is the only bind in the entire game that classes that are not the dedicated binding classes get. More than one. There's more than one that isn't from the dedicated binding class. Because Silencer, which is a skill we haven't seen from the Axe Tree on Lance Connect, is the only other headbind outside of the two classes that have all three. And Disable from Lance Connect, or not Lance Connect, Survivalist is the only leg bind other than those. But we have! There's not just another one, there is a better class with an alternate option for Armbind. And we know this because it's Protector with Smite. And Smite's the only attack, so this is just a bad skill to replace Mirba. We also have the only true instant death, but that's pretty bad given you still need to set up the buff, meaning it's already trying to do a single target. Not to mention most bosses are immune and all FOEs, and the few bosses that aren't immune resist instant death. Not to mention you just have a better option in Petrify, which is literally the same thing as death when used on enemies. Except you can still target them, so it could maybe screw your random target. That's all. These skills are just... I'm not gonna lie. It only has single target. It's effectively slow, because even though it has... I believe it has high speed. I hope it has high speed. Albeit, I'm not entirely convinced of that from my playthrough with it. The main problem is, though... So, it takes a turn to set up. in normal encounters before it can really do much of anything. Not to mention it's not good in general because it only has single target. The only thing it has going for it is Kabuki. I believe that's how you pronounce that, for instant death. Which, even still, Itai AI. I pronounced it lie, but then I realized that's an I, not an L. Because the first letter is always capital. This is the speed buff, which is like the worst of the three. Because like this says it increases attack and defense. The defense is a lot higher. And the opposite is true for overhead. You get a minimal defense boost. Like, I know I'm kind of dragging on with this, but like, this class has so little going for it. Now, I will say it has 3 damage buffs. That's Katana Mastery, Attack Up, and then Sight, which is Attack Up, but at night only, or when blinded only, or when bound only. I assume headbound specifically. It's also another mind, which is just the most plentiful of all of these, by the way. Like, you do not need more classes that can mine. Like, it has so many problems on it. Mirrored Bar is admittedly a very good skill, though. The damage is stupidly high. Like, as I said, to the point it outclasses Orochi when it's resisted, and I'm pretty sure the enemy also has weakness in that example, but I'm not entirely sure. It definitely also outclassed on neutral versus super effect. Oh, I can't guarantee that because that's different, but like, regardless, all of these are kind of bad because they're single target only. Again, I don't want to compare things too much, but in the second game, you got multi-target attacks for these. You also didn't have to set up these as buffs, but like, I'm not going to compare too much. That's not in the first game. Like, there's so much against this class in pretty much every iteration, because this is the main iteration, and I'm not gonna lie and say it's not a good concept, but it has poor execution. Especially because it doesn't have any kind of way to automatically set stuff. Like, I'm gonna compare it to a class from the first game, Etrian Odyssey 5, real quick, in Harbinger. Harbinger not that good of a class in that game either, but that's for a different reason. That's mainly because status effects are just kind of mediocre in 5. And it's the status effect class, or at least one of them. It's one of the 2 status effect classes of that game. And it has a similar thing to the stances called Miasma Armor. But first of all, there's only 1 Miasma Armor, not 3, but also has a skill called Auto Miasma, which automatically sets up not a Miasma Armor at the beginning of the battle. Chance to not, but I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed to max. If this class had something like that, even if you need to invest in all 3, even if it was a random chance to get the one that's actually going to help you, this class would be infinitely better. It would still be pretty bad, but it would be infinitely better. That said, I'm still going to level 1 up, and I'm probably going to show him off a little. Little being the key word there. But, oh boy, this class is not good. Also, Ikabuki. This is just a self-hail that's really weak. I'm going to go into these skills more in depth as we get to them throughout the episodes where I explain them individually, because I don't want to take up too much time, even though I've already taken up 14 minutes capping about how bad this is. I'm sorry for that. Gonna wrap things up soon, because it's late for me recording this. Like, I thought this was the one other healing skill other than the cures. And technically I'm right, but its stealth heal is immensely bad. Everything about this class is immensely bad. There is just nothing good. And I want to say, I don't think this works because it says stepping forward while slicing. I thought maybe this meant you go from the back to the front, but I don't think that's actually the case of what it does. And if I'm right about that, that makes this actually a even worse skill. Yeah, not gonna lie. Class is bad. Just gonna put it bluntly. It's a bad class. I don't recommend ever using it. And if you do use it, I recommend only using the New Game Plus, because to finish it out, I mentioned what's bad against normal enemies. What about FOEs and bosses? You know, those guys are tough. They hit hard. And this is a glass cannon that still needs... First of all, it still uses the first turn. But, I mean, you can make the argument that the first turn, you're setting up everyone in those fights. Because, like, we've been doing that. We've been setting up Bravery, Defender, and Immunize to basically lower elemental damage taken, greatly lower physical taken, and it's a wondrous combo, and then also use Bravery to buffer attack. That has been our strategy the entire game so far. Or at least since we've gotten those skills to a reasonable level where they can be useful. And while that will work on this, first of all, however, that setup takes... So I will see. I will hear you out. We do set up anyway. That said, we only do that with our actual non-attacking party members. Because, let's be real, despite tying for higher strength, Protector is definitely more a support unit that just happens to be able to do a lot of physical. Same with Medic, actually. Medic just randomly can do a lot of damage with one of its skills. In fact, it's the strongest single target damage, so again, it does not need setup in order to work. So again, why would you bother with Ronin? But even still, even if you don't want to use that, which, fair, in the late game, lancing at can begin to feel a bit like a glass cannon in itself, and it's the balanced attacker. It's the high strength balanced pretty much everything else, compared to the other two premium physical attackers of Ronin and Protector, the premium frontline damage dealers. Like, there is so little reason to use Ronin, and it kinda sucks because we get it halfway through the game, the beginning of the third dungeon, well, level 30. Why? Why do we get it so late? It's not worth the hassle to train one up. Like, don't get me wrong, it's... The other one has that... The other unlockable has that problem too, but... It's almost laughable. They also can use Torch for some reason, despite their classes' skills not working when you have the swords equipped. I don't know what to say other than that. The defenses are bad in a game where the main strategy is tanking. They have just terrible skills that need time to set up. They have self-sufficient buffs, but the buff class is pretty much not that much of a hassle, and gives you a dedicated item user once you have all your buffs set up that you want, as well as a good candidate for an elemental buff. If you can't stack all three, you have 3 already and you need an elemental buff, they're a good candidate because they only use their basic attack to damage. Like, it gets outclassed by pretty much every in pretty much every department by at least something. I think the only thing it maybe outdoes is Apollon. Specifically, Apollon. Like, it's not a good class. I'm gonna put it bluntly. It's a terrible class, and I think it's the worst. But also, I have been talking for 20 minutes now! Holy cow! I am tired. I'm going to go to bed. I hope you have enjoyed my half an episode of talking about why Ronin sucks. I'm sorry that it was half the episode. I'm not gonna lie. I got kinda carried away. Probably edited that down some. Maybe not. I don't know. Regardless, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Sorry for taking so long, but next time on Etrian Odyssey, I'm gonna have grinded them up so we can just do the quest. We're gonna grind up the other members of the backup squad that aren't gatherers. Because, like, being real, these guys are somewhat useful. Gonna grind these guys up. We're gonna get this important skill for later. And just get all this done. Get all this stuff done that we just kind of would like to have that done, so that next episode we don't have to do the stuff. We can just do our quest. Like, we don't have to make the Blade Master on screen because that's boring grinding. We don't have to do this because that's boring grinding. We're just next episode. Oh good, I've got hiccups now too. We're gonna just have a good time, chill out, and probably explore the third stratum and finish the quest. Sorry I yapped on so long, but I feel very specifically, like, if it's not clear, I have strong feelings on why that class is bad. And I definitely want to put it all on the table. I hope you have enjoyed though. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.